I'll explain this again. When writing code, you might have a big project that you want to share with multiple people. We use this platform called GitHub, and we use this tool called Git to essentially orchestrate many different people together. For example, I will show you some projects from the Nexus project. If I go to nexus.sjctparlai.ac.in, that is our website. Our website കാണാം. This website is actually completely open source and publicly available, and source code കാണാം. I will show the source code in the project section over here, Nexus website. Load down and give it a second. ആ വെബ്സൈറ്റിൻ്റെ ഫുൾ സോഴ്സ് കോഡ് ഇവിടെ അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. എല്ലാം കാണാം. ഈ ഡാർക്ക് റീഡർ ഡിസേബിൾ ചെയ്യട്ടെ. ഇല്ല, ഓക്കെ. So all the source code we can see. Back end, front end, all the database connections, everything is available here. And as you can see, all of these people here, Avindas, Rajat, Sandeep, Nyan, Andrea, Teresa, all of these people are contributing and adding code to this project whenever we do things. For example, ഞാനിപ്പോൾ കാണിച്ച page, the registration page of this event, I will show in the source code here. I go to app, load down, and then SOC. ഇതാണ് ഈ പേജിൻ്റെ സോഴ്സ് കോഡ് കണ്ടോ. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് ദിസ് പ്രോജക്റ്റ്, വലിയ പ്രോജക്ട്സും ഉണ്ട്. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ VS കോഡും ഗിറ്റ്ഹബിൽ കാണും. അതുപോലെ there are many other big projects. Now how do you use Git and how do you use GitHub? I will show you how to do both of these things using a very small example, this hello open source project. This I will put in the meeting so that you guys can follow along. I hope you've joined with your laptops. Allengilum there is a recording. I will provide the recording in YouTube and you can follow along. The general process when using GitHub and Git is, first you create an account. Hopefully all of you have created an account. GitHub accounts undo. Hopefully majority in GitHub accounts ഉണ്ട്. ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ you may follow along. You can ask me to wait and I will wait for you to make your GitHub account. Otherwise I will continue and I'll show you I'll ask you to follow along with what I'm doing. Okay, I'm assuming majority of you have GitHub accounts, so I will proceed. This link will click cheythu go to the page. It will open up like this. You will see this git ignore license readme.md contributors and then this big description here. A description full process കാണിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ you may not have the permissions to directly push to this thing. What you're supposed to do is you will click on this fork button. ഈ fork button click ചെയ്യുക. When you click on the fork button, let me know and I'll wait for a few seconds until you guys have done that. Fork button click ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ username ഇവിടെ കാണും and then you can change the repository name. I will leave it as it is. And then of course copy main branch only അതുമുണ്ട്. I will leave this as default. വേറെ ഒന്നും click ചെയ്യണ്ട. ഇത് കാണുമ്പം if everything looks fine, I will click on create fork. And then GitHub, it will take a few seconds and it will fork the thing. What is forking? Forking explain cheyam. Forking പറഞ്ഞാൽ I am copying the entire repository from one account to my account. വലിയ projects ആണെങ്കിൽ they will not give access to everybody. What we do is ആ repository തന്നെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ project files ഒക്കെ നമ്മുടെ അക്കൗണ്ടിലോട്ട് കോപ്പി ചെയ്ത് and then we will work on our account. fork ആയി ഇവിടെ കാണിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് fork from Alvin Dennis hello open source. right? ഇതുവരെ ഓക്കെ അല്ലേ? ഇതുവരെ ഓക്കെ ആണെങ്കിൽ അഗൈൻ ഐ വിൽ കണ്ടിന്യൂ. ഈ കോഡ് ബട്ടണിൽ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യുക. And then you can use HTTPS or SSH. പക്ഷേ before that ഒരു problem ഉണ്ട്. Is you have to set up your personal access token. അപ്പം ഇതൊരു പുതിയ ലിങ്കിൽ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യാം. And then follow the instructions here. പേഴ്സണൽ ആക്സസ് ടോക്കനും സെറ്റപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ SSH കീയും സെറ്റപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം. ഞാൻ SSH കീ സെറ്റപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നതും കാണിക്കാം, so that it is easy for you guys to follow along. To set up your SSH key, go to settings. I will open this in a new tab. നിൻ്റെ അക്കൗണ്ടിൽ സെറ്റിങ്സ് you go to settings, and this will work for both Windows and Linux or Mac. It should be the exact same. In settings, go to SSH and GPG keys. Now, in the account, because I've been using Github for some time, I have created a bunch of SSH keys. പക്ഷേ ഒരു പുതിയ SSH key ഞാൻ കാണിക്കാം. Right below this, for you guys it might be empty. Click on connecting to GitHub using SSH keys. ഞാൻ again ഒരു പുതിയ ടാബിൽ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യും. ഇതിൽ അവർ കുറേ ഡോക്യുമെൻറ്റേഷൻ ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. I will click on generating a new SSH key and adding it to SSH agent. ഇത് ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യാം. And I will also post this in the chat so you guys can easily follow along. Alright, when you are in this URL, all you have to do, click on the operating system of your choice. I am on Linux, so I will choose Linux. പക്ഷേ വിൻഡോസിലാണെങ്കിൽ you choose Windows, Mac-ലാണെങ്കിൽ you choose Mac. And then you follow the instructions here. ഈ സ്റ്റെപ്സ് ഇല്ലേ, ജനറേറ്റ് ന്യൂ SSH key, ഇങ്ങനെ 1 2 3 ഇങ്ങനെ കൊടുത്തേക്കും. So I will simply copy the commands. അപ്പം ഇത് പറയുന്നുണ്ട് open a terminal. I will open a terminal. ടെർമിനൽ ഓപ്പൺ ആയി. വിൻഡോസിലാണെങ്കിൽ വിൻഡോസ് ടെർമിനൽ ഉപയോഗിച്ചോ, മാക്കിലും ഒരു ടെർമിനൽ ഉണ്ട്. ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ഇത് കോപ്പി ചെയ്യാം. ഈ കമാൻഡ് കോപ്പി ചെയ്ത് ഇവിടെ പേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. ആൻഡ് ചേഞ്ച് ദ ഇമെയിൽ വിത്ത് യുവർ ഇമെയിൽ. എൻ്റെ മിലൻ സുമൻ 2016@gmail.com. ഇതാണ് എൻ്റെ ഇമെയിൽ. സോ ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഇമെയിൽ ഇവിടെ ഇട്ടു. I copied it. I changed the text between the two double quotes here with my email. ഇതുവരെ ഓക്കെ അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ ആണ് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. I think it's okay, so I will continue. Once I have changed the email address, ഞാൻ എൻ്റർ അടിക്കും. ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്സ് ഗോയിങ് ടു ആസ്ക് മീ എ ബഞ്ച് ഓഫ് തിങ്സ്. എവിടെയാണ് സേവ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? എനിക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഓൾറെഡി ഒരു ഫയലുണ്ട്, സോ ഞാൻ ഒരു പുതിയ ഫയൽ നെയിം തന്നെ ഇടാം. ഐ ആം ഗോയിങ് ടു കോൾ ദിസ് എന്തിടാം, സീസൺ ഓഫ് കമ്മിറ്റ്സ് തന്നെ ഇടാം. പാസ് ഫ്രേസ് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഇത് പാസ്വേഡാണ്, എൻക്രിപ്ഷൻ പാസ്വേഡ്. ഞാൻ പാസ്വേഡ് ഇടുന്നില്ല. ഇടുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ all you have to do is hit enter 2 times. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇത് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ആയി. ഇനി how do I get the contents of this SSH key and what do I do with an SSH key? First ഞാൻ ഇത് കോപ്പി ചെയ്യാം. അഗൈൻ ഇത് ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ കോപ്പി ചെയ്യാം. ഇത് and then the next command I copy here, SSH add, and of course change the file name with the correct file name. ഞാൻ season of commits കൊടുത്ത്, so I will use season of commits. ഇല്ലേ ls ഇവിടെ കോപ്പി ആയ SSH add season of commits. ഇപ്പോൾ add ആയി. Instead of this, if you have saved it in another location, that is ഇവിടെ വേറൊരു location കൊടുത്തെങ്കിൽ you must replace this with that location. ഇവിടെ directly home directory I have saved it, so I put that over that directly. This is set up. Now I need to add that identity to my SSH keys. Appam I will click on new SSH key. I will give it a title, season of commits, and I will paste the contents of season of commits .pup, that is public key. ഇത് എന്തിനാ ചെയ്യുന്നത് കൂടി I will explain later, but for now just follow the instructions exactly. Okay, ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ paste ചെയ്തു add SSH key. Now for you it might have shown it directly. എനിക്ക് ഒരു pass key ഉണ്ട്, I use 2FA, so ignore this. ഇത് ഇഗ്നോർ ചെയ്യുക. I'm just login in. ഒരു authentication പോലെ ചോദിക്കും. It might ask you an OTP അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതുപോലത്തെ ഒരു സാധനം ചോദിക്കുമായിരിക്കും. എനിക്ക് പാസ് ചെയ്യുക, so I'm using this. If you did it correctly, ഇവിടെ ഒരു season of commits കാണും. Season of commits key കാണുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ raise your hand. I realize I probably didn't give you guys much time to follow along. If you guys want some time, adum kodukam. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ I will continue. What do you guys want me to do? I'm assuming keep going. So I will keep going. This is completely set up. Now I will clone my repository. Now what is cloning? Now ella code it is in GitHub, but I want to edit it. Directly edit cheyan actually pada. I want to use it, I want to use VS Code, I want to edit. What I will do, since I have set up an SSH key, I will copy this and then I will go to wherever I want to save. ഞാൻ usually projects folder la work cheyana, so I will go to my projects folder. വേണമെങ്കിൽ എൻ്റെ file explorer കൂടെയും ചെയ്യാം. You can go to your projects folder here and then open a new terminal. Windows la അങ്ങനെ ഒരു option ഉണ്ട്. Once you do that, run git clone and this. What this is going to do is it will download the entire repository or download all the source code to your machine or in the system, your laptop, your desktop, whatever you're using. So I will hit this. I will hit enter once I paste this here. And as you can see, the cloning, it is enumerating objects. When I download ചെയ്ത് set ആയി. അപ്പം if I look at it, എവിടെയാ hello open source, ഇതാണ് repositoryയുടെ പേര്. So hello open source has been successfully downloaded. Now once you have that, you can go inside hello open source, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ you can close the terminal and you can simply open the thing in VS Code. So I will open it with VS Code. And എല്ലാ ഫയൽസ് ഇവിടെ കാണാം. Get ignore ഉണ്ട്, contributors.json ഉണ്ട്, ഇവിടെയും same files. I will tell you guys what you need to do to get started. First let me fix the formatting on this thing. Okay, now you can see contributors.json click cheda, you can see some content here. Alvin Dennis, he has already put his information here. Just like him, I will also add my information in this. I'll simply copy this and I'll change all the information here. My name is Milan Suman. My department is cybersecurity. my GitHub is github.com/milansuman, and then LinkedIn. If I want to find my LinkedIn, I have to go to my LinkedIn. So I go to my LinkedIn. ഇതാണ് എൻ്റെ URL. So അതും കോപ്പി ചെയ്യാം. The profile URL അത് ഇട്ടാൽ മതി. And then, okay, my description. I am a full stack web developer, open source enthusiast. Skills, okay, whatever you want to say about yourself, you can put here. I have made my changes now. Here I have added some changes. I have put this extra block here. Now what do? I want to push this back into GitHub and then push it back to his GitHub. So what I'm going to do is, now the terminal open cheyda, I will use 3 commands. First, I will use git add dot. What this is doing is change all files it is adding to the source tree. Meaning basically our information add aqua in the git in the config or git in the info. I have only changed this contributors.json. So that's what I'm. If I do git status, it is saying modified contributors.json. I will commit it. And I already add chedu. I must commit it to make sure it goes to the repository. So git commit. Then a message -m. Then one message. Added my info. It can be anything you want. This is the message I'm going to use. Now, either add chedu. 1 file change, 15 insertions, 9 deletions. Again, if I look at git status now, your branch is ahead of origin main by 1 commit. Origin panniyal GitHub irikkunna repository. Because ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്താൽ ഞാൻ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്ത ലൈൻസ് ഇവിടെ കാണത്തില്ല, പക്ഷേ ഇവിടെ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ ഐ മസ്റ്റ് പുഷ് ഇറ്റ് ടു GitHub so that I can show up here. Let me do that. I push it to GitHub using the command git push. If you did everything correctly, this is what you will see. To GitHub, milansuman hello open source.git, main to main. If I refresh this page, there, my information is now showing up here. And enter computeral change and it is now showing up here. But this is still in my code base. Original code base illa. What should I do? I should sync fork contribute. First I sync fork cheyam. This is not behind upstream. Value code base lots of developers will work simultaneously. Upstream panniyal original code base, it will always change aayikkondirikkum. So to push, make sure you sync with fork first and click chedu. Since there is no change over there, nothing happens. And then I will click on contribute. Contribute will let me tell the original author or the original repository that either or a change under, and I want you to add that change to the original code base. Let me do that. Open pull request. Here I have added my info, and then let me give my name as well, milansuman. വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ഇട്ടോ, ഒറിജിനൽ റിപ്പോസിറ്ററിയുടെ ഓണർ ആൻഡ് റിവ്യൂ റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. And then I will click on create pull request. Now what is a pull request? ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ a pull request is a way to tell the author or the maintainer or the owner of the code base that ഇങ്ങനെ ഞാൻ ഒരു ചേഞ്ച് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്, please bring my change to your code base. So I have made the pull request. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു pull request open ആണ്. it is doing its thing. This will be different for most repositories, and the repository will be different. His repository has some check, and I think some security check. So now the pull request ഇവിടെ open ആണ്. Now the original author or the developer responsible for this repository can merge my pull request. Since I have access to this repository, എനിക്ക് തന്നെ ഒരു ഓപ്ഷൻ വരുന്നുണ്ട്. Since you guys don't have access, എനിക്ക് ചിലപ്പം ഇങ്ങനെ വരത്തില്ല. So all you have to do is assign Alvin Dennis, since he's the one over here, or for reviewer, and then he will merge the pull request for you. അപ്പം check, please check. Check what Alvin Dennis, or what the maintainer or the owner of the project will do is he will go to files changed, and then he will be able to see what change you made and that change ഉണ്ടാക്കിയ. അപ്പം ഇത് ഫോർമാറ്റിംഗ് ചെയ്ത് മാറ്റി this is original, പിന്നെ my extra stuff is showing up here. He will be able to see this code change. Green ആണെങ്കിൽ it has been added, red ആണെങ്കിൽ it was deleted. So he will say, okay, if he thinks I can't approve because I don't have access, but he will have the option to approve or request change. If he has something to say, like ഈ ഒരു സാധനം എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പിന്നെ പുൾ റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കുക, then he will click on request change, submit review, and you will be able to see that. നിൻ്റെ ഇമെയിലിലും വരും. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ he will approve the thing and you will be able to merge, or he will be able to merge. ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ merge pull request ചെയ്യുക, and ഇത് merge ആയപ്പം ക്ലോസുമായി. So now my pull request was closed, and ഒറിജിനൽ കോഡ് ബേസിൽ എൻ്റെ കോഡ് കാണാം. ബേസിക്കലി ഇത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ പ്രോസസ്സ്. ഇനി since this was a very small repository, it was clear what I was doing. പക്ഷേ what if it's a bigger repository? Let me show you what a bigger repository looks like. Let's say this new social media app I'm developing. Now the code base is much bigger. Again, I can fork it. Someone has already forked it. I can't see this, but ഇവിടെ ഒരു ടാബ് ഉണ്ട്, pull requests ഉണ്ട് for all the people making feature requests. I can see George has made a pull request already. There's also this place called issues. Now issues ആണെങ്കിൽ it's a way to discuss changes to the code base, or like issues about the code base, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ feature requests, കുറേ സാധനങ്ങളുണ്ട്, bugs, documentation, enhancement, first issues. അപ്പം what this does is the person who makes the issue, they will notify all the developers working on this on some issue or some feature request, and then whenever you want to contribute issue open ചെയ്ത് you can comment, and then I will be able to respond to you. You can discuss how you want to implement the feature, and then issue വെച്ച് you can do what I did earlier, which is fork the repo and then use the code base and then push the pull request, and then you can mention that in this. He has not mentioned it, പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ മെൻഷൻ ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കാം. Then I'm mentioning the issue here, fixes this comment. So now I am able to see which issue it is connected to under. Now he has made a lot of changes, so I will review this. Of course he can request review, and if I like the code he has done, I will click on merge request and merge up. Also to note, എല്ലാ പ്രാവശ്യവും ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം ഈ ഫോർക്ക് ബട്ടൺ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. once it is in your account, പിന്നെയും ഫോർക്ക് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. all you have to do is within your account git pull ചെയ്യുക, whenever you want to sync with the upstream, git pull. This will bring all the changes from the GitHub to your local machine. And then in the edits change undakikko, git add dot, git commit, and then git push. And then you can go ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ അക്കൗണ്ടിലോട്ട് പോവാം. No, that is my account. I can go to my account, and again I can sync with main, or I can sync with the original code base. It is synced there. Sync now I will sync it, update our sync and then I will do git pull here, control C, git pull. And then all changes ivide vannu, and then again same commit, and then you can make all the changes you want, push it, and then sync fork once again to make sure there are no changes, and then make a new contribution by clicking on open pull request. And that is the basic idea on how to contribute to open source. Ellam clear alle? ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ഇത് വർക്ക് ആവാതെ is it working for everybody, or does anyone have any issues that you want me to solve or you want me to fix? Please let me know. ഇതാണ് basic functionality or basic procedure on how to use Git. Okay, it seems everybody is clear on what just happened. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ you can send me a private message too, that's perfectly fine. Or you can send an email to my account or this account, access@sjctpalai.ac.in. ഇവിടെ വേണമെങ്കിൽ if you have doubts you can send an email to this, or you can send me a personal message and I will respond to you. Okay. Some people have sent me personal messages. No, come. 1 second. I could not set up SSH. Okay, so let's look through the issues. If it's a common issue between some people, then it is I am getting error, add fatal, add Anton John cannot be resolved to a branch. Vaishak cannot set up SSH. Okay, ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യാം. Since only some guys have issues, I will address you after the meeting and I'll fix all the issues for you. What about using this? If you already have VS Code set up for your GitHub, then there is no problem using that. Use whatever you're comfortable with. Any command are comfortable, so I use commands. Anton John, I will also address you after the meeting. So that's that. Okay, now I will discuss the benefits of contributing to the season of commits. There are many benefits. Number one, the person with the most number of commits in Nexus repositories, that is GitHub. ഞാൻ വെബ്സൈറ്റിൽ ലിസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തേക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ repositories. Let me show you. All the projects here, whatever projects are listed here, any and all commits made to these projects will be noted by us, and then the person with the highest number of quality commits will get 2,000 rupees as a cash prize. That is quality commits. അപ്പം വെറുതെ ഒരു റീഡ്മി എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്യരുത്. You have to make actual code contributions, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ help us with the design or make any other kind of contribution. If you have anything you want to discuss with in terms of design or anything like that, you can contact me again, and I will set you up on getting started with that. If you are making code contributions, even better, and we will be able to see your contributions on GitHub, and we will make a note of who has the highest number of contributions. Now, other than cash prize, we also have the initiative of one, finding people for IETC, Nexus, and other clubs, and finding a development team, a design team for Astra. If we really like your code or the work you're doing for Season of Commits, we will contact you, and we will offer you a position in the Astra development team for the upcoming Astra website. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിൽ താല്പര്യമുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ please be active in the community and please participate. Yes, nothing else to discuss. So I hope this session was useful to you guys. Where doubts ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൻ്റെ doubts ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ unmute yourself and ask me. Blesson has asked me, don't we have to create branches? Let me explain what a branch is. ഇപ്പം ഇത് കാണുന്നില്ലേ in my GitHub repository, when I click on this, I can see this thing called branches. Branches ആണെങ്കിൽ GitHub and Git allows you to hold multiple branches or multiple versions of the same code base within one repository. This is usually useful when people are working without forking, but since you guys are forking, you don't have to make a new branch. You can just use this, because pull request anyway we have to look at. Any other questions? Manengil chat lo itto. Pull request endana. Okay, now like I explained earlier, and let me show you, a pull request is essentially a request to add your code to the main repository or your code to the original repository. Because of the open source one person is not working on this, many people are working on this. Project manager has to decide when to add which features and how to add which features so that it doesn't make issues. അപ്പം ഒരു pull request open ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ the person is able to see what feature is being added, code ഒക്കെ എന്താ add ആവുന്നത്, and whether I should accept the change or reject the change. That is what I can see here. If I accept, I can merge pull request. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ I have the option to reject. അപ്പം pull request അതാണ് basically requesting the owner of the repository to pull your code into their repository or into their code base. അതാണ് pull request. മനസ്സിലായോ? Is it all right? Indium description വേണം. You guys have anything else? വേറെ ഒന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ I hope you guys would practice or at least make it. Oh yeah, someone else has made a pull request. Aravind Manoj. So now ഞാൻ ഇത് ചെയ്തില്ല, Aravind Manoj did it. I will look at his file changes. I can see this is perfect, this is completely fine. So now I don't have access, but if Alvin Dennis is here, he will merge this pull request. Block duty failure, merge requirements, conflicts under. Let's see what the conflicts are. Arvind Manoj forgot to pull the code when I made a change. So what I will do is changes request chain. Please sync with upstream commit. And then once this is fixed, this will become green and I will be able to do it. Anything else? Explain about SSH key. Okay, so earlier we set up an SSH key. Now there is a reason for this. ഒരു contribution ഉണ്ടാക്കുമ്പം GitHub will not allow you to push directly. വെറുതെ push ചെയ്യാൻ അനുവദിക്കത്തില്ല. It has to make sure that it is actually you pushing the code. അപ്പം there are two ways to do this. Git will use this thing called personal access token, which is an option, or you can use this thing called SSH. Now cybersecurity students will know what SSH is. Other like third year students, essentially it uses cryptography, like രണ്ട് keys ഉപയോഗിച്ച് it will authenticate the user. അപ്പം അത് authenticate ചെയ്ത് it will make sure that okay നീ തന്നെയാണ് like you are the person who is pushing the code. So it will prevent unauthorized changes that way. So if someone is trying to pretend to be Milind Suman, if they don't have my key, then they will not be able to do that to private repositories. Public repositories is still possible, but yes. Also, some of you might have an issue with git config. There will be an error that says git config user.name user.email setup cheyidilla. Some error like that you will be able to see. If you have an error like that, error message will irikina commands copy cheyida, just change the values from your name to your username and then email address correctly change cheyida, you can hit enter and it will solve that issue. Okay, so SSH key is used to authenticate you as a user and then you can make your code based changes. Anything else? I have already cloned the repo and opened it with VS Code, but as said earlier, I'm not on the updated code. I can't see the last update I made. How to sync the new changes to VS Code? Okay, so go to your account. This is Alvin Dennis's account. I will go to my account. Of course, you will go to your account, Milind Suman, and then it was hello open source. To see the changes, first you must do this. Click on sync fork. I don't have any changes, I am up to date, so I'm not able to see a button, but you will be able to see a button here. Once you click on update or sync, there will be a button that says that. Go to your VS Code and in your terminal, you can either click this button here that will synchronize changes, or you can do git pull. If it is still complaining, you can also do git pull --no rebase, and this will force the thing to sync. And then all the code based changes that were there before you will come to your local file here and then you can push it. Does that make sense? Doubt clear? Okay. Where are you? Okay, since I'm not seeing any more comments or any more hands or anything, I will conclude the session for today. Ini namakkulladu actual contributions aanu. We'll be tracking your contributions and we are hoping that you make lots of excellent contributions and show your technical prowess to the college. Let me also introduce the different projects you will be working with. Um, for one, there is Nexus Spaces. Nexus Spaces is an AI social media platform. Basically, it's like ChatGPT, പക്ഷെ പ്രൊഫൈൽസും കാണാം പോസ്റ്റും കാണാം അങ്ങനെ ഒരു സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. By the end of this season of commits, which is I think February 6th, maximum February 11th, ഇത് ലൈവ് ആവും ആൻഡ് ഓൾ ഓഫ് യുവർ വർക്ക് വിൽ ബി വിസിബിൾ ഫോർ ദ ഹോൾ കോളേജ് ടു സീ. പ്ലസ് നിങ്ങളുടെ റെസ്യൂമയിലും ആഡ് ചെയ്യാം ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു പ്രോജക്റ്റ്. ഇത് Nexus Spaces. And then the other project is official Nexus website. That official Nexus website is nexussjct.github.io. ഇവിടെയും ഒരു ഇഷ്യൂ ഉണ്ട്, you can get started on. Arvind has very helpfully shared whatever you can work on and how to get started. And then there is another repository. Let me check. There is another repository. Let me see. Yes, SJCT events. SJCT events is an events platform written in Vue.js. If you are familiar with the framework, or if you want to learn and you want to contribute to SJCT events, then e repository will poi fork it and start making your contributions the way I just showed you. Baki, it's all dependent on your skill. Now, if you have some projects of your own, please contact us and we will add it to the website so people can contribute to your thing as well. Okay, so that concludes today's session for Intro to Git and GitHub. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any more questions, feel free to share them here or send a message to me or send an email to our email. And I hope you guys make great contributions. Bye bye.